Let your shoulders soften and your breath arrive like tide upon a quiet shore. In this gentled moment, listen for the voice that has followed you through every room, the one that knows your name before you speak it. Hear me say what your heart has been longing to trust. You are growing through this. Not around it, not in spite of it, but through it. Root finding water beneath rock, seed pressing upward in dark earth, light learning how to enter through the smallest seam. Your present struggle is not a verdict, it is a vineyard. The pruning is not punishment. It is preparation for a harvest you cannot yet count. You imagine that growth must be loud, obvious, celebrated by a crowd. Yet most true growth is quiet and faithful. It happens in kitchens and commutes, in early mornings when courage wakes slowly, in late nights when you choose honesty over hurry. It happens when you tell the truth to yourself without cruelty and to others without performance. I am not asking you to act invincible. I am inviting you to be available, to wisdom, to mercy, to the next small step. Your life is not measured by spectacle, but by steadiness, the way you keep showing up in love when no one is keeping score. There are wounds that sting when you wash them with truth. Let them sting. Clean is not cruel. Clean is kind. When you rinse a memory with forgiveness, it aches as it yields its poison, and then it begins to breathe. This is growth. The courage to tend what you would rather hide. I am with you in this tending. I am the gentle light that lets you see without flinching, the steady hand that holds you while you learn a softer way to be strong. You are tempted to judge today by headlines and heartbeats that rush, to call yourself behind because the world sprints past your window. But you are not behind. You are beneath, where roots move at the speed that lasts. Speed is not proof of blessing. Peace is. And peace is not laziness. It is alignment. Align your attention with what is true, and you will feel how the storm outside loses the deed to your inner room. Alignment is how the anxious body learns a kinder rhythm, and the guarded heart remembers how to open. Think of the ways you are already changing. Notice the words you do not say now, the ones that once flew like arrows. Notice the boundaries you honor today that yesterdays you could not imagine keeping. Notice the apologies you offer without humiliation, the rests you receive without guilt. These are not small upgrades. These are the architecture of a life becoming sturdy. Sturdy is not stubborn. Sturdy is flexible enough to bend and faithful enough to rise again. Some days all you can do is breathe through the ache and choose the next right thing. That is not failure. That is formation. Formation teaches your soul the cadence of trust. Inhale grace. Exhale control. Inhale truth. Exhale the story that shame keeps pitching. Let me re-script your inner dialogue. I am not the voice that mocks your pace. I am the presence that matches it. The shepherd does not love the sprint more than the shuffle. He loves the sheep, and you are mine. Do not despise your tears. They are not evidence of weakness. They are irrigation. They soften the ground where you have grown too hard to receive. They rinse the grit from your eyes so you can see the road you are actually on, not the one fear keeps forecasting. If you need to cry again today, do so without apology. Grief is a gardener when you let it partner with hope. Here is a truth fear cannot counterfeit. You are not growing alone. Even in rooms where you feel unseen, you are accompanied. My nearness is not an idea, it is architecture. I am the quiet beam that holds your ceiling when news rattles the walls. I am the warm light in the window that tells your trembling that home is still here. I am the meal that appears right when your strength is frayed. I am the constant that steadies your becoming. Growth often looks like repetition, the same prayer, the same choice, the same boundary you must reinforce because old patterns are persuasive. Do not resent the repetition. Muscles remember by practice. Souls do too. Every honest repetition is a vote for who you are becoming. Cast your votes with patience. Heaven is counting them, and they are adding up to a courage that feels like peace. Right here, in the quiet middle of this message, may I ask something small and sincere. If these words steady your steps or soften your breathing, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your simple act helps this whisper reach another weary heart that needs a gentle way forward. Return with me to the places you used to avoid, the closets of delay, the drawers of regret. Open them without dramatics. Hold each memory to the light until it loses its power to frighten. Name what was true without letting it author what is next. Growth does not erase. It reassigns meaning. The failure becomes instruction. The loss becomes compassion. The detour becomes direction. This is how redemption writes. Nothing wasted, everything woven. Let us talk about your relationships. You are learning to love without disappearing. You are learning to listen without absorbing what isn't yours. You are learning to ask for clarity instead of surrendering to confusion. You are learning that no is a holy word when it protects a yes that matters. This is growth measured not by applause but by alignment with truth. The people who love your essence will recognize this new steadiness as a gift. You may worry that you are becoming boring because drama has lost its flavor. No, you are becoming well. Wellness is not a performance. It is a freedom to be present. Present to your body's needs without contempt. Present to your mind's questions without panic. Present to your spirit's hunger without shame. This presence is prayer. And prayer is not always words. Sometimes prayer is a posture, a relaxed jaw, an unhurried meal, a small walk under an honest sky. When fear arrives with its highlight reel of disasters, answer it with detail. Name what is steady in this hour. The chair that holds, the roof that covers, the friend who texted, the verse that stood up like a pillar in your ribcage. Fear traffics in abstraction. Gratitude traffics in specifics. Specifics puncture the balloon of dread and let your lungs remember their work. Be gentle with your expectations. Grand turnarounds make headlines, but quiet faithfulness writes history. 1,000 small yeses are how a soul becomes sanctuary. Sweep the floor, send the note, keep the promise, practice the craft, drink water, sleep, repeat. These choices look ordinary, yet they build a life that can hold extraordinary blessing without breaking. I know the question that returns. What if I never change? You already are. Change is not a switch. It is a sunrise. It arrives by degrees, unnoticed until your world is bright enough to see the table you set in the dark. Keep your eyes on the horizon, yes, but also learn to honor the faint edges of light appearing on your ordinary steps. They are telling the truth. You are growing through this. Practice forgiveness until it becomes fluent. Forgive others to clear your path. Forgive yourself to clear your lungs. Forgiveness is not amnesia. It is a choice to end a sentence without a chain. It frees your hands for the work that is yours, and frees your heart to recognize joy without suspicion. You cannot sprint while dragging a courtroom behind you. Lay it down. Let me speak to your future. You do not need to architect 100 tomorrows to be safe today. Safety is not the absence of risk. It is the presence of guidance. Ask for guidance and expect it. It may arrive as a sudden clarity or as a lamp for one step. Both are miracles, and neither depends on your perfection to appear. Trust that I am already at the intersections you fear, arranging the timing with care. There will be days when you regress, when an old reaction slips out and you hear yourself echo the voice you promised to retire. Do not let shame write the review. Offer a clean apology, repair what you can, and note the trigger with curiosity rather than contempt. Then move forward like someone who believes grace is oxygen, not a coupon for emergencies only. This is growth with dignity. Train your mouth to bless more than it explains. Explanations can be cages when you owe no defense. Blessing is a key. It opens rooms in other people and in you. Speak life over beginnings that tremble. Speak peace over endings that ache. Speak truth over middles that feel endless. Your words will remember the tone you choose and return it to you as atmosphere. Do not fear the loneliness that sometimes attends transformation. Not everyone loves the sound of walls moving, but solitude is not a verdict against you. It is a chapel where your motives are refined. In that quiet, you will hear again the blessing that shaped you. You are mine, and I am with you. From that blessing, you will return to community with clearer sight and gentler strength. And when the long day closes, when you lie down and wonder if you did enough, let me answer. You were faithful where you could be, and that is enough for today. Tomorrow, we will be faithful again. That is how forests grow, ring by ring, year by year, storm by storm, quietly majestic to anyone patient enough to count time and truth. You are such a forest in the making. So breathe now. Unclench your jaw. Place both feet on the ground and feel how it holds. Name 3 mercies in the room. Let your shoulders drop that last inch. Rest like soil after rain. Dark, rich, ready. You are growing through this. The gardener has not left the garden. The vine is learning your name. The fruit will come in its season, and when it does, you will see that nothing, no tear, no pause, no honest step was wasted.